the Chargers, and they score!
Good afternoon, everybody. From 321 Media, right in the heart of Westerly Island, but streaming worldwide. Wherever something interesting is happening, you will find Man About Town, and that's who we are. I'm Rhoda Mann, and I've got half of the Dante Society of Westerly with me today. We will get to that in a moment. You know, if you have followed Man About Town, you will know not too many months ago you had the United Theater, but there's Movie Challenge. Well, not to be outdone, the Dante Society was celebrating, is this year number 50? It's 50 years, their golden anniversary this year, and we'll get to all the other things that are being done. But the Dante Society, not to be outdone, said, fine, United, you have your soupy. We got Johnny Meatball. And sitting on my right, and you will see him and you will hear him, no doubt, is Johnny V, who is Johnny Vitellino? Vitellino. That's right, there is a Vitellino in town. Very, very confusing town. Yes, Johnny Vitellino is here. And we're going to start with you, and then I'll introduce your cohorts. Why is it called the Johnny V Meatball Challenge? Your idea, your love of meatballs, or you paid somebody?
I paid somebody. No.
Okay.
Lou
I
Toscano
believe it.
brought up the idea because we're not doing the Anna Teresi dinner special this year. We're going to combine the 50th anniversary and the person of the year. So Lou thought, why not do something else? He thought a Johnny V Meatball Challenge.
Very good. Are you a true meatball lover?
I'm a true meatball lover.
You know, we were here last week promoting this, and we had people from the library and different people, and I don't want you to mention favorites, but they were mentioning their favorite places to get great meatballs in Westerly. And when it came down to it, it was their own Nani.
That's what my quote was in the paper.
Yeah.
Nancy Burns said, John, I said, well, Nani makes the best meatball because she adds the extra love into the meatball.
Could you explain for the three Jews that listen to us and a couple of people out in the Plain States and people in England
Sure.
who are watching us, would you explain what a Nani is?
A Nani is a grandmother. She's Nani, Nona. She's the one that watches us. She's the one.
Portuguese of avô.
Portuguese, avô.
Jewish, it's a bubby, right?
Bubby, grandmother, Nani, Nona.
The one who cooks without a recipe.
Amen.
Little of this,
little a pinch
little
of that, little pinch of that. I said, Nan, how much? Oh, just that. I said, Nan, I need the recipe. Oh, just watch me. Little pinch of that, little pinch of this.
And it never tastes the same unless she makes it, right?
Amen.
All right. So I'm going to leave you for a minute. I am going to introduce Joe Morrone, another Danteite, or I don't know. What do you?
I don't know what
another Inferno. Dante's Inferno. Yeah. Tell us when this is. I know they all got here. And they said, since there was an item in the paper, and it was like a week and a half ago about Johnny V, they sold all the tickets. So if we make your mouth water, too bad, wait till next year. But there are other opportunities and there's merch. So, Joe, tell us, when is it, where is it, and why can't they come?
All right. It's on August 20th, which is a week from today.
A week
from today.
A Wednesday.
It's at the Calabrese Club. It was originally from 6 to 8, but because we sold out, we're at 5 to 8. And the participants are, this is, first of all, this particular meatball challenge, because we're going to keep doing it throughout the years, is for the markets, okay? Not the restaurants. Next year will be a restaurant competition.
And will there ever be a Nani competition?
Oh,
you
you know,
think?
we may do. We're going to have trouble with that
Yeah.
because people can't because of the Board of Health.
Oh, that's right. They have to have those certificates,
Which
don't
is
they?
why, by the way,
Yeah.
the Soupy Fest, we had originally thought to do a Soupy Fest for years, the Dante Society had, but we couldn't get around the fact that you can't serve that homemade soupy. The
Yeah.
way and Carly and Tony were brilliant. The way they got around it was they had 12 judges who signed waivers so that they could eat the homemade soupy. And that's how they got
didn't
around it.
realize that. I never
Yeah.
knew that. Carly's going to be here in a week, so I'll certainly bust her.
Yeah. Well, no, it was absolutely brilliant on there.
Yeah, they're smart people.
But
Okay, let's
on
get
this
back to
one, we
this.
have, so it's the market challenge. We have 3 markets. We have Dunce Corners Market. We have Joyce's Everyday Gourmet and Westerly Packing. It should be noted that all of the markets are donating the meatballs to this event, which we're
And
very, very
knowing the
grateful
price
for.
of meat right now,
Oh, yeah,
right,
yeah.
Margaret?
It's no small thing.
No, it isn't. Good for
No
them.
small thing. So we're very, very excited about that. Basically, what will happen is you, if you do have a ticket already, you'll come in, and it's a buffet style. You'll have a dish that you'll have pasta, salad, and rolls, and a roll in, and then at the end of the line, you'll pick up a bowl, which will have 3 meatballs in it. And each meatball will have a different colored flag sticking out of it, red, green, and white.
Gee, I wonder why.
and so you'll actually use the stub of your ticket. On there, we have red, green, and white, and you circle the one that you like, and you drop it in the basket.
So
at the end
there's
of the event.
none of this where people get to the end of the line and they say, "Hey, you only gave me 3 meatballs. I want 4 in here."
No, no.
No,
It's
just
got to
and-
be the 3,
and
one
it's the
for
3.
each
And to be
business.
quite honest, that's why we sold out, because we only have 300 coming from each of the markets.
Wow.
So,
So you only can take or could take 300 people.
yes, that's all we can have.
And I'm told you do not have a wait list.
Though there's no wait list because we're sold out. The article in the paper, Nancy Burns, who's a great friend, as you are, of Dante,
Thank you.
did just a wonderful
Phenomenal
job with
job.
the front page article. And then
Even with his picture, she did a
and
good
Johnny,
job.
and
I didn't break
Johnny
the
was
camera.
he was in the easy chair.
She had Rocket. He had Rocket.
Yes,
his
yes,
dog.
it was very good. There is one thing I would like to get out and make sure everybody knows. You either bought your ticket from the Chamber of Commerce or you did it online. If you have a ticket from the Chamber of Commerce, when you come into the event, you'll just show that ticket and then be directed towards the buffet line, and you'll have to tear off one half of your ticket, give it to the person who's setting
ticket
it to the
taker.
line. Yeah, ticket taker there, and then retain your ballot and go off. However, the online ones, you'll come in and you show your email.
No, actually, we're going to have them all divided up by name. Just come in and
So you give your name.
Yeah.
If
And
you
then-
have one ticket,
It's like when you go to vote, right?
very simple.
yeah.
And then they
Cross it
yell
off.
the name down the
Down
line.
the line. So you will, if you have one ticket, we'll give you a ticket. If you bought multiple tickets, they'll be in an envelope with your name on it, and we'll hand that to you. So please be aware of that. Please try to stagger your arrival. In Westerly, we like to eat early and often, but
So you don't want 220 people at 5 o'clock
yes,
or 4:30.
This is open till 8 o'clock. So just stagger. If you go by and you're getting ready to come and you see a huge line, just, take a ride around this wonderful town.
Or
and
go
then
have
go
a
back.
drink if you're a member. They can go into the
Oh,
or
yeah.
you'll have a bar open there.
There'll be a bar
anyway.
open.
The bar will be
Yeah.
open.
But
They're
you
gonna-
got to go through to get
Ah,
into there. we also, each of the vendors, Dunn's Corners and Westerly Packing, have a gift basket they've given us, and Joyce's is giving us a gift certificate.
Nice.
We're raffling those three off. It's $5 a ticket, 5 tickets for $20. And we're also raffling off the Dante buoy from last year's Stonington Christmas
Oh, the
buoy
lobster trap tree.
tree. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're also raffling off that for everybody.
You would raffle off your grandmother to make
Good.
money for Dante.
And,
wouldn't you,
it's such a
Joe?
good cause.
I know.
It benefits our awards and
scholarships.
Yeah,
Sure.
for the kids.
You do so much in this community
Yeah,
as well.
We're very, very, very happy. We're very happy about this event.
Well, being as you got everybody excited and they can't come, I think we should move to Margaret Sano. And Margaret, I always forget, what is your title other than Margaret and the boys?
I handle the Distinguished Lecture Series, so get people to come in and
And the
speak
events.
with us.
You're like an event
I'm on the
manager.
events team, so we all work together. It is definitely a team.
It's a
Well,
good
being
team.
that this is your 50th anniversary, I know you've got a lot planned. People can come to.
Yes, absolutely. So I can just run through a few things. Our first lecture of the fall series is on September 13th at 1 p.m. at the Westerly Library. Tim Krellin, he's written a novel called The Land of the Living, and he's going to talk about his story, which is Sicilian Americans and the Myth of the Melting Pot. I've actually read the book. It's really good. It spans 3 generations, inspired by his own family, immigrants from Sicily to Gloucester, Mass, and then how the families handled the wars. There's some pretty frank discussion of Italian immigrants being ostracized or being treated poorly. So, but it's a wonderful story, and I recommend it to anybody. I was able to actually get it at the library ebook using the Hoopla.
And
So-
you said September 13th?
September
this is?
13th at the Westerly Library.
I
Again,
know it'll be in the paper.
yes, and that is free and open to the public. And he's very excited about. He actually approached us because he knew one of our other speakers. So I think that's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to that. October 19th, partnering with United in the main cinema, 4 p.m. Anna Francese Gas, who is a Westerly native and a cookbook author and TV cooking TV show host. She's going to be coming to the United Theater and discussing her 2024 book, Italian Snacking. She's also going to show an episode of her TV series, which should be great. She'll sign some books afterwards.
Is
And
she on the Food Network? Do you know?
I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but she was actually the commencement speaker at this year's Westerly High School graduation. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, and she's been wonderful to deal with. She's very excited to come and give this presentation to Westerly. And again, that'll be at the United Theater. The tickets are actually already on sale. You get them through the United Theater website. I think it's $12 per person, which includes the service fee. So that should be great. It should be, I think it's 4 to 5:30 on October 19th. Then Wednesday, December 10th, we're continuing our holiday event tradition, which last.
Oh, I heard a little bit before we went
Yes,
on the air
yes.
about that. This sounds good.
Yes.
Really
So
good.
2 years ago, we had the Troubadour and Little John, Frank Pendola and John Rourke came to the library. Full house, standing room only, incredible crowd, fabulous show. Everybody raved about it. So last year, we were able to partner with
The granite.
Nicole, at the Granite, and they did the show there. We sold out instantly almost. I mean, it was really, and they can hold 140
I
seats.
remember.
So excellent. Unfortunately, it was like the stormiest day, but
Yes.
everybody who went had a great
Showed
time.
up.
It was really good. So this year, we're bringing in comedian Candice Guardino. So she has a one-woman show that she tells stories about her time growing up in Brooklyn and in Staten Island, right?
Yep.
So it's Italian Bread. It's a hilarious and heartwarming theatrical comedy based on true life events and told through the eyes of a girl growing up Italian on Staten Island. Tickets are actually going to be on sale soon to the public. Dante members have a little bit of a window that they can get their tickets early, but this year we're doing 2 shows, 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. So again, I think this is going to be a big success. I know it's hard to think about Christmas in August, but I would get your tickets early. So keep
It's
an eye.
getting warmer in here. I'm thinking about Christmas and August.
Keep an eye out on those are going to be on sale at the Granite Theater. I mean, at the
Our
Granite Theater
producer
website.
is about to interject something brilliant.
Rona,
Yes, sir.
you said you actually many times at the start of before we started this show today talked so openly, so lovingly about the fact that the air conditioner was going to be off for the show because you hate the air conditioner so much. And now, not
Well,
even a
dripping.
mere 16 minutes into the show, you're making reference to how hot in here it is.
I am going to correct you. I did not say when you turned it off, I was amazed. I didn't say it was going to be off. I said I can't hear that well when it's on, based on last week. No, by all means, turn it on. We're all dying here.
It is very hot.
Yes,
I'm
it
melting.
is
It is very hot, guys.
No, I did not. I was
Thank
shocked
you.
when you turned it off. I really was. I didn't expect that.
Well, I had to turn. I mean, like it's better for sound with it off, but it is just oppressively hot today
yes.
and muggy. And I'm so excited to go back to the
It's
fair
muggy-
later.
Thank you.
Oh yes, definitely the mugginess.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
I-
back to you,
actually-
Margaret.
I forgot the 2 big important things is our 50th gala coming up October 3rd.
Yeah.
It will be at the Havisham,
Right.
and tickets will be on sale probably a week from now. We plan to make the opening
I'm going to
announcement.
stop you there. You talked about tickets would be on sale soon for the show. Tickets would be on sale, you think, at the United sooner. Where can people, if they're listening and they say, I want to get the Christmas program
So,
tickets,
It's
where
at
do
the
they
Granite.
get
Yeah.
them?
At
so the
Granite.
Granite Theater has the tickets for the Christmas show. Remember, they will have when they go on sale. Remember, they are assigned seating, so we have to
Okay.
use their website.
That's right. People can pick where they
Yeah.
want to
Right,
sit,
right.
which is nice.
And the United also handles their ticket sales, so they will be doing the ticket sales for Anna
What
Francesa
about
Gas,
your
but that is
gala?
open. The gala, it'll be on our website, and it will also be at the chamber where you can get physical tickets, just like we've done in the past. This year, it's a bit more than our Person of the Year. However, this is a big celebration, and again, we're all very excited about this little special tribute. I think. Do we say what we're doing? We say.
Yes, we can say that.
So rather than picking a single Person of the Year, we are actually honoring 4 of our founding members. Do the names.
Their names, Ed Gradalone, Bob Ligori, Liz Santoro, and Mary Matos.
Right.
And so they're still with us.
And
So
they
we're
were there
honoring them.
50 years ago.
50
at the
years ago.
beginning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ed Gradalone will be coming straight from head chef at the pasta dinner. We keep him pretty busy. And then that's on the 3rd of October. On the 1st of October, we will have an opening celebration and reception at the Hoxie Gallery at the library.
Yeah.
And that is for our month-long exhibit.
Oh, that's a Wednesday.
That's a Wednesday
Which will be
night.
in the Hoxie Gallery.
Right. And that will be a month-long exhibit there honoring several of the Westerly Italian-American families, their journeys, their immigrant stories. Vito DiPaola has put together these incredible presentations, beautiful photographs and stories.
He is a picture taker. I
He-
always
yes,
see him
and
everywhere with his
he's-
camera.
He's done posters,
Yeah.
large
it's-
poster size pieces that depict prominent Italian families in Westerly. I know they definitely did the Morrones because I saw that one.
Yeah.
It was so well done. He comes, he interviews you, he gets any old pictures that you have. Then he researches on all of the websites to see when did this person come over here, who was with them when they came over here, tries to get birth certificates and the like.
Yeah.
And it's really, really well done. And it's going to be all in that
Never-
Hogsy Gallery.
Wow,
Right.
that is terrific.
These
It's
are like
fantastic.
museum quality. I mean, I think actually we hope afterwards to be able to share them with the Historical Society, so we have a continuing documentation of it. Really impressive.
And so on that Wednesday, the 1st, we're going to have an opening event. It'll be open to the public. We'll have food and stuff.
Will
there.
Johnny get his meatballs?
There will be no meatballs there.
No
Now with
meatballs.
Johnny.
So just one more comment about the Meatball Challenge. The real reason why it's named Johnny V's Meatball Challenge is because it's our way of honoring Johnny for all of the work he's done. He's basically run all of our cooking demos and our big events. And so we wanted to say,
And that's just
Thank
with the
you.
Dante Society.
yes,
you.
yeah, he keeps busy.
And he's
And
done
I
it
think-
in every organization in Western.
Yeah, and I think that's why it didn't take anything to sell out. It was Johnny V's were there.
And always with that smile on his face.
Yes.
I always know him for that.
You're also going to have coffee and Vesta's cookies, by the way,
Correct.
at the Meatball Challenge.
But which nobody can have unless they bought a ticket.
Well, yeah, the people that bought the tickets, which is quite a bit.
I mean, they can't just walk in from the public and have a cup of
No,
coffee and a Vesta cookie.
Rona, just so you know, okay,
Yeah, I want to hear
Yeah.
this.
just so you know, we started putting this together. What do we call it? Events?
Yeah, the
Annual
events
events
management
management
committee,
committee.
yeah.
That's the committee that works together. And so we said, okay, I mean, what are we going to do here? How many should we ask them to make? And came up with a number of 300 because we figured that's the most anybody's going to do. Any more than that, and they're going to say,
Yeah,
no,
no.
I think I'm out. You know, and these meatballs are going to be a little smaller than normally they have.
Not the size of grandma's.
Yeah. And so then we said, well, how many are we going to sell?
Yeah.
And it ranged from 100 to 200 max. There's
Yeah.
no way we're going over 200. We could not believe how quickly we got to 200, and then how quickly we went to 300. It was like
Yeah.
within a couple days.
Yeah.
Well, you know something? It's not just a dinner. It's the fun of it. The fact
Yeah.
that they're going to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there
I
could
agree.
be fist fights, too.
Well,
Ooh, we
we're
hope not.
hoping that everybody will be gracious and patient with us, since this is really an overwhelming
Yes.
success. And we're going to do the best we can to keep the flow going. Hopefully some early birds will come early and then head out, and then the next
Let the
round
next
will come in.
crowd in.
Yeah. We're
You
going to
know,
do some crowd control.
All these events that you planned, and every one of them sounds fantastic. Are you a little nervous about what do we do in our 51st year to top it?
Take a
No.
nap.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you always come up with great stuff.
I mean, we
this
have
is pulling out all the stuff.
This-
we have standard stuff that we do every year. We for Dante members only. By the way, you can join the Dante Society by going to the website,
And you don't have to be Italian.
and you do not have to be Italian to do that. Since we started, this group started with the annual event management committee. I think we were somewhere between 70 and 80 full-time members of the Dante Society. We're over 150 now.
Yeah.
So people are noticing what's being done, and they're
terrific.
coming.
They
to
are
the table.
supporting you, and you get a fairly good turnout on meetings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we do.
yeah.
We do very well
Yeah.
with everything.
And it seems every time we hold an event, like in March, we had our first wine tasting, which,
Yeah.
you know, because of the way it was, it had to be for a fairly small crowd. It did.
Was that the one you did at the United with Anthony?
No,
Oh, no,
no.
that was another one. No,
That
this
was a
was that.
different
Yeah, we had
That
a
was
lot.
liquor, right? That
This was
hard
at
liquor.
the River Bar,
The
and
River
it was a
Bar.
really lovely setting. Only under 40 people, very nice. People raved about that, and we got lots of people who went to that who joined.
Yeah.
Same thing with Anthony Caporale's event at the United, which was another fabulous success.
Right.
It seems like every time we have this and we open it up to people, they're excited about what we're doing, and they join, and that's
And
really
we have standard events. We have two events just for Dante members. We have the winter gathering and the summer gathering for them, and then we have Person of the
Is
Year.
this like the families, like in The Godfather, the gathering?
We,
I'm getting nervous here.
so we have now in our repertoire, we have a distinguished lecture series. We have a movie series that we do in conjunction with United. We have
You even brought a boogie woogie player last
yeah,
week.
that was us.
You brought Arthur, who was so
That was
good.
fantastic.
Incidentally-
And he knocked himself out trying to find an Italian connection, and he did.
Incidentally, Arthur and his wife Nicole are both Dante members, and Arthur will be the musical guest at our 50th gala. So he'll be
Gala.
playing for us. He's
That-
fantastic.
That is something else.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of events that are reoccurring, annual events, and people I think are warming to that type of concept. We don't try to, just give you too much stuff, but the stuff we do give you is quality, and people have responded.
I think that's very obvious. We're going to be taking a break in a minute or two, and I don't want to start asking this now. We'll do it when we come back. But I'd like all three of you to tell people what the Dante Society is, how it came about, the fact that you're not the only ones in the world, and is it the Dante of literature? And I think that would be nice. Give people some education as well as meatballs. So before we go to break, I've got to ask Johnny, were you very excited when they told you they were naming the Meatball Challenge after you?
I was very honored.
That's great. Don't tell me, because we'll all get in trouble. But of the three competitors, do you have a kind of a favorite?
I love them all.
Good answer.
When are you running for office?
Rona, I got a quick question. When Joe told me, I said, we're going to get 300 meatballs each. I said, oh, we're going to have some left over. We're going to have to sell them. So I went to Job Lot. I bought all these containers to sell the meatballs, the extras. I got to take them all back. I brought 100 containers.
Wow.
He was worried.
I was worried.
But you know something? Better to be worried that
Yeah.
way than the
Yeah,
other
no,
way.
no doubt.
Really.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
other thing was when Johnny and I approached the three different markets, and Joyce was all in. She said,
Yeah.
just tell me what you need when
Yep.
you need it. But when we went to Westerly Packing, they again said, Bruno said, yes, I'm in. It's a Dante Society. I'm in. But I got to tell you, I'm a little nervous about this. and that the same thing happened with Tony at Dunn's Corners, because they're worried about winning, losing, and that type of stuff. They're not anymore. I saw Tony just a couple days ago, and he's like, "Thank you for getting us involved in this. We're so excited."
It's great publicity.
It is.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
everybody.
And it's so much
the
fun.
fact that two of them don't win does not mean two of them are no good.
Right.
Yeah,
Correct.
no, not at all.
Not at all.
Just
And
means
believe me-
more people were paid off to vote for the other one.
And
But they won't
grease the
know. It's a
palms.
blind tasting. They won't know.
yeah, and
Yeah,
no
that's
doubt,
true.
by the way, it's going to be a very close race. That's what it's going to be said.
I'm not surprised. I would expect that. Speaking of a close race, if we don't go to break, we will have a close race. We are going now to the people who make Man About Town and 321 Media and all our other shows and games we cover possible. Our local people, we love them. They support us. It's time to support them. We'll be back shortly.
D&V Mechanical specializes in the installation, maintenance, and servicing of Mitsubishi ductless mini-split heat pump systems. We are certified by Mitsubishi as Diamond Elite Contractors and factory trained and up to date on the proper procedure of the installation and service of Mitsubishi ductless heating and air conditioning ductless heat pumps. We assist with the paperwork to reduce much of the stress-related documentation required to get the state rebates and federal tax incentives. We are not a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-nothing company. We are masters of ductless heat pumps. It's what we do, and it's what we know.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Who's back? Yes, you are back with Man About Town. We are a production of 321 Media. We are located right in the heart of Westerly, but we stream worldwide. If something interesting is happening around, we want to know about it, and we'll be there. And today we are here with the people from the Dante. Is it called the Dante Society of Westerly?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I got it
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
All right. There are other Dante societies, yes?
Yes, but we're
Yes.
not affiliated.
You're not affiliated.
No.
So they all do what they want. They don't have a Johnny V. They
No.
don't do a meatball challenge.
Yeah, I think they do different things.
Different
they,
things.
you know, some are very loyal to the books and they have readings on the books and the like. And we're not that society.
No, you're a food society.
Well,
Food-based and fun-based.
well, it came about because they wanted to celebrate the Italian heritage in Westerly and celebrate it by being able to give awards to students in taking Italian at Westerly High School and the like. And it's worked out for 50 years.
Are you up to date? I know everybody's got different parts of what you do that they're good at. But do you happen to know, for example, this year, what you gave in scholarships, like at the high school graduation?
Yeah, I don't have the
I don't
exact
have it.
number
I
either.
think it was between 4,000 and 5,000, but I don't have the
Yeah.
exact number.
Is it just one scholarship?
No,
or you
No,
do
no,
no.
we now have
Multiple.
2 big scholarships for seniors, and then smaller grants for, they're actually awards rather than scholarships, but smaller grants or awards for the younger grades to promote kids to continue to study Italian. So there's one for Italian 1, 2, 3, 4, and then for the outstanding Italian student is the
So
big
they
one.
obviously they teach Italian, I know, at the high school.
Yes.
Do they teach it at the middle school? Do you know?
I believe they do have a class at the middle school. And
It's great.
Yeah.
That is. I ought to join one of them. I've always wanted to learn.
well, we do have Italian classes sponsored by the Dante Society. We have a certified teacher who is also a Dante member, Gail Restivo, and I think if you go to our website, you can send a message and we'll get that
Get
message
passed
to
on.
her. And she's been, right now, she's got 3 different level classes going on, but she's willing to, the more the merrier. So
Do you have one of those yellow books, Italian for Dummies?
it's not quite. Actually, she's great. She does a great job teaching. I've been taking lessons from her through the Dante Society for years, and we have a good bunch, and we're really getting okay at it.
So you really do have a lot of what you mentioned when we were off the air during the break, that there are a couple of more lectures you booked already.
Yes, I'm actually lining up through the spring of 2026 and maybe into the fall. We have Professor Joe Luzzi will be coming back sometime in the spring. We haven't nailed down a date yet. We have a new member. I don't have the information in front of me that will be coming probably in April to talk about St. Catherine of Siena. We have Carla Pansiero. This is actually in partnership with the United again. Carla is a native from Westerly. She came last summer and did a presentation at the United. We partnered and had a reception afterwards. She was in the gallery, sold out, and it was a wonderful moderated discussion, and it was just really fun. So she reached out and said that she's part of an Italian-American writers group, and they are doing a year-long tour, so to speak, with women from the group. They may be poets, they may be authors, novelists, and they're going to come to Westerly during the United's Soupy Fest month-long celebration. That'll be March 29th, and there'll probably be 3 to 4 participants. I believe they'll be reading from their books. They'll be doing some book sales and book signing afterwards. So that's another one that really looking forward to. And I'll just give a tease. Yes,
Little tease.
We haven't quite nailed down the date, but possibly this fall. So keep an eye on the Dante website. We're going to have someone come tell us the story of Dell's Lemonade, which is from Naples. So it's another immigrant story. So
that's a new fact on me.
We'll see how that goes. We're actually very excited about that one.
At the end of this month, I will be in this area 39 years, because my husband told the biggest lie of his life. He said, we're only going to be in Rhode Island a year. Uh-huh.
So you just got here, right?
Exactly. And I actually have a neighbor who has said that. Are you Italian? No. How many kids do you have? None. How many years have you been here? Well, almost 39. Well, a few more years, we might consider you. No, I definitely understand that. But Dell's was one of the first things I learned about. And if you are listening to us from other parts of the world, it's frozen lemonade, but there's frozen lemonade and there's frozen lemonade.
And then there's Dell's.
Wherever you live, you can probably buy frozen lemonade in Washington State in your grocery store, but it won't be like you get here from the cart.
Right.
But I never knew until you said it, that there is you said a Sicilian?
No,
connection?
Naples. Yeah, the great grandfather. Yes. And
Wow.
it's a cute story, and I think it'll be nice to hear. And they'll also tell us about how they've evolved over the years. But
it used to be just lemon, period.
Right now,
And now it's watermelon and guava,
Strawberry.
and
grapefruit.
Yeah,
Grapefruit. That's my favorite.
yeah. I'll tell you though, on a hot day like we have today, hot and humid, there is nothing that will cool you off immediately, other than that.
Yep.
And now Ben can send them a bill because we just gave them a great commercial.
Honestly, I'm gonna go there. They moved to the first food booth now. When you walk into the fair, and you walk into that main area, it used to be the stuffed waffle booth. Big signs I noticed this morning that say Dell's Lemonade on either side. So it's right there next to the entrance and exit.
You are talking about the Washington County Fair.
Of course.
Yep. The Washington County Fair, which is happening right now through Sunday. Yeah. And I have to go there after this. I have to go back to the fair. So I am going to immediately go, and I'll just pull this up and go, give me free Dells.
There you go.
I think that's fair.
I think that's very fair.
I think
and
that's
you'll
very
be
fair.
cooled
Dells,
down.
if you're listening, give me free Dells.
There you go.
All right, then I'm going to give a pitch, because I read something the other day that's going to happen at the fair, and I said, I can't believe they're doing it, but God bless them. The church, the Episcopal Church, Christ Church, is doing grilled cheese. My favorite food.
This is the third year.
Is it really?
It's the third year of the grilled cheese booth at Christ
Never
Church.
knew. Well, they had an ad or something. I don't think they've ever promoted it like that before. I think you had to find it. And I have not been for a couple of years. I know like Charahoe Rotary does their famous strawberry shortcake.
Oh, I felt like I'm sorry, we'll get back to this in a second. I
That's all right. They're sold out. They can afford the time.
They're sold out. You want meatballs? You can't. If you want meatballs, go to the Washington County Fair and go to the Pomona Kitchen, because the Dante Society is sold out for this weekend or next week, a week from today. I went on Saturday to film something for the fair, and I had Jackie, who was with me, and we pulled in, and I was driving on the actual fairgrounds where you are definitely not allowed to drive this week. And but there was nothing set up, and I work there. It's fine. And we came out right at the spot where the Charahoe Rotary booth and the strawberry shortcake is, and Jackie was like, "Oh my God, they have strawberry shortcake." And I felt like I failed as a partner and as a marketer for the Washington County Fair. And I'm like, I literally have given you strawberry shortcake every single year from the Charahoe Rotary at the fair. And she's like, well, they moved booths. I'm like, not in the 38 years I've been alive.
They haven't.
Like,
they even went out and bought a vehicle about 10 years ago, a bigger vehicle to make it. Yeah, that is a
I was like,
signature.
You have no idea how much of a failure I feel like. And she was like, I don't know. And wasn't the corn dog booth over there? I was like, now you're just messing with me. So anyway, Joe, you put your finger up at one point. You had something?
Yeah, I just I wanted to go back on the meatball challenge. And
why? It's sold out.
No. Well, no, but how are we going to know who the winner is? We're certainly not going to be able to tally it while everyone's there.
Yeah.
Because people are coming and going. It will
Maybe people will listen the next morning to the 321 morning show.
I will call you.
No, I won't be here, but Ben will be.
Ben, I'll call you, Ben.
Ken will be here. Yep.
But it'll be also in the Westerly Sun, and it'll be on our website.
Yep. Sure. Definitely. And I'm sure it'll be on social media
very
quickly.
Yes, our social
especially
media
the winners' social media.
The other thing is that the winner will get a plaque that they'll be able to display at their place of business. So you will be able to see this was the winner of the 2025 Johnny V's Meatball Challenge, because we're planning on doing it every year.
And will there be will Johnny's name be on it every year, or
yes.
will you be honoring someone else?
It is the Johnny V Meatball Challenge. That's it.
Forever and ever.
So long after you're, it's still going to be on there, right?
It's not going anywhere. Yeah.
Okay. No, actually, I think what a legacy.
Yeah, what a legacy.
I mean, some people would laugh at that, but in Westerly, that's
pretty much
legacy.
high praise.
John will be at the pearly gates saying, "But did you know?"
So I don't want to mess you up, because I know you said Lou Toscano's your historian.
Yes.
But how many other Dantes are there around the country or around the world? Do you know?
No, we have no idea. I think just in Rhode Island we know of at least 2 or 3 more.
Well, so we are a local association with no society with no connection to a national. There is a national society called the Dante Alighieri Society of America. There is actually a very busy chapter in Cambridge that is very active. But I think we use the name, and he'll tell you this. Next week, Lou can fill you in more. But I think it's really just to say Dante is the father of the Italian language. And so as a way to pay tribute and honor that. But our local mission is to preserve and promote Italian culture and history. And we do that. And well, that's the culture. That's definitely part of the culture.
Sure.
So all of these things that we do, we try
to have fun. You have a lot
we
of
do
fun.
have a lot of fun. We've got a good group of people.
I mean, you may get serious with Professor Luzzy, but you have fun too.
Actually, he's a fabulous speaker. Even if it's a serious subject, he's really fun to listen to. So.
I have heard that. And he's from here originally,
yes,
correct?
Yes. And if anyone has any other ideas, someone you'd like to hear from, send us a message.
Talk membership.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be Italian.
No.
Are you at liberty to say what your membership fee is, or is it different rates for different?
$25 a year.
That's it?
That's it. Yeah.
$25 a year?
A year.
No senior discount.
No senior discount. No. Sorry. No.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable. and
It's
really,
pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
My goodness.
yeah, and it gets you, well, the two
lot of
member-only
perks.
events, but you also get to hear through our emails and social media. You can,
Yeah.
although anybody can social
You,
But
media.
you hear first that
Yeah,
it's sold
yeah.
out. You can't
Yes.
go.
No,
And
no.
we-
And also, you got
I'm just
That's how
we
it
got
is.
2 weeks on the holiday concert.
If you're,
Dante members are going to have 2 weeks to buy tickets first.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have that going on for
Yeah,
you and the
yeah.
like.
and I think people just, they want to join because they're excited about our activities and also our mission. I think it's really nice to know that the Italian culture is being preserved, and it's pretty obvious in Westerly, but it's still nice to make sure we make that connection and hopefully make that connection to the younger generations.
Yeah. Do you find that families are bringing younger people to your events? I don't mean little kids who have no choice, but are they dragging the 19-year-olds and the 20-year-olds? And I was in the park
Dragging.
a couple of nights ago to watch the Groucho presentation.
I heard that was
And-
fabulous.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, and there were
And
people
there
of all
was a
ages.
kid sitting in the front row with the backwards baseball cap, and he's sitting like this, and you could just tell he was dragged there by mom and dad. But the guy portraying Groucho, Frank Ferranti, said to him, "How old are you?" Kid said, 19. And he wound up being right on his feet, applauding and loving it. And I think, so that's why I'm saying,
Yeah.
are you getting younger ones? Are you getting the Y chromosomes? and the-
I think we're getting the children of
Dante.
the Dante members. So
And
yeah, but that's in the
grandchildren too, I
40s.
guess.
Yeah.
That's in the 40s. Late 30s, 40s. That's where we are now.
My
We
age.
want to get the children. We have another wonderful event every year, which is La Befana,
Yes.
which
And that's
is
for the young children at the library.
young children at the library, and it's a book about Christmas, the Italian Christmas.
Oh, I remember you
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
this.
And
Christmas
and
Witch.
That's right.
Yeah.
The good Christmas
Christmas
witch.
Witch.
Christmas Witch.
yeah,
Yes.
we didn't have to say that. But anyway, yeah, it
Yes.
is, isn't it? Christmas
It's a-
Witch. And there's a reading and there are activities, and that is very, very well attended. And this year, we're working very closely with the United to do a fall movie series, and we're looking at Italian children movies.
At least one we're hoping will
Yeah.
be a children's movie, which I think would be really nice.
To try to.
I was going to ask you about movies because I remember last year you did do a couple of movies at the United.
Yeah, we
All
have
right.
a couple of different formats. Last year in the spring, we did, as part of their Superfest celebration, we had every Monday for 4 weeks around that time.
Right.
And that was great. This year, I think we're going to go back to spacing it out once a month in the fall. And then
Yeah.
maybe in the spring again, we can do a month-long series. So we're working on that.
It appears that you have absolutely no trouble selling what you're promoting at all.
I hope so. I hope that continues because these events, I mean, this year we really did try to have some special events and they've been fantastic.
Yeah.
I think nobody's complaining, that's for sure. And hopefully
well,
everybody
we've got
will be.
about 10 minutes. We're not going to promote the Meatball Challenge, but let's talk about, because we have people that tune in and stream at different hours and times that may be just seeing you the last few minutes. You might want to talk about some of the upcoming things that you have. I can't believe $25 for membership. Wow.
Well, I mean, and to that point, and to the point that, we do tend to get a lot of people coming to our events. I mean, the Meatball Challenge is $15, $20 at the door, but
There's no
now
at the
there is
door.
no door.
There is no door.
So it's
there may be the
$15,
one they try to break down to get in.
and it's really hard to go someplace and get a meal for $15.
Exactly.
The cooking demo, I think last year was 25.
25. Yeah.
$25, and the cooking demo was fabulously attended.
Yeah.
Well, that always sells out.
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
remember,
always
yeah.
that one always does. and we've had some amazing chefs. So it's not just the food that you're going to eat there. It's the knowledge that you're going to take away. We're also, by the way, for that event, not that we're having this year, but we partner with the culinary students at the Westerly High School. So they get the experience of, one, cooking the meal to the chef's specifications, but they also serve it. So we're partnering there. A lot
Jamie
of
loves
moving
that,
parts,
yeah.
a lot of
We do
people
that.
involved.
Jamie does a great job with
Yes.
the students.
He
Yeah, he's
and
fantastic.
his chefs that he
He's-
works with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
We
doubt.
had the fried dough breakfast the last 2 years, which was another big success.
And that was only $15, wasn't it?
10.
10.
$10. That was $10.
Five
Yeah,
for,
your picture
five
was
for
all over
kids.
the paper
You
after
know,
that.
so basically, we're nuts. But
Well, you do a lot and there's a lot of work, but it seems like it's not hard to promote, which is why
Yeah.
you'll never see these microphones again. Right then?
You guys are banned from coming on the show unless you are not sold out.
That's just incredible.
we really didn't
we
expect
just sold out. We actually just sold out last Saturday. So but
Have
then-
you at all thought about, because I know this happens at every event, no matter how successful, that somebody's going to show up next Wednesday and say, I know for a fact that his mother and father, they're still in Florida or they're sick and they're not coming. I know you have opening. I'll pay. Can I get in? Are you going to? Because that may happen.
It
I mean, there's
may
always-
happen. You're
you
right.
know-
There are always people who get sick
I may
or
do
it's
that.
weather.
Hopefully they'll get the ticket from that person, because the truth is, what we wouldn't want is for someone who bought their ticket early on
And
and
running
wanted to
out.
come in at 7:00 where we're still serving. We're not going to run out for them.
Is Johnny going to get meatballs? Did
Yeah.
Did you buy
We
a
bought
ticket?
tickets.
Yes.
John
I
bought
bought tickets,
tickets.
yes.
We
I
all
bought
bought
tickets.
tickets,
We all
but
did.
But I think it may be, family holds back. We may have to wait to
We
make
gotta
sure.
wait till the end of the night.
Do we? Oh no.
To
we
see
do.
what's
Oh yeah,
left?
yes we do.
And then you go out for Chinese, right?
But I tell you what, I'm really excited. I've been getting more phone calls, more tickets. But Johnny V, it's me. You know me. I said
Yeah.
if I could do it, I would
Uh-huh.
do it.
It's
Yeah, a lot of times. I mean, that's not the worst call to get.
no.
A lot of times, you see. I've heard this happen. It happened to me once. Someone will see a picture in the paper and they call you. I thought you had died. I didn't know you were still here. So better
That's right.
that they hate you for that, right?
Well, we're really
Thank-
hoping everybody is very patient with us. I think
Yes.
we're going to get through it, and
Yeah.
they're all going to have a good time. But patience is going to be
And
the
we
key.
will get better next year.
Yes, yes.
Well-
we do learn.
Johnny Meatball and Joe and Margaret and Dante members, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you,
We're going to
Rona.
break a little early just to give you time to get out and get our 4:00 people to get in. And so we will go to break, but we thank you. I can't even say have a successful challenge.
It's already,
It's already a
successful. Yeah.
success. It certainly is.
But thank you
But,
too,
uh,
Rona.
thanks.
Thank you
Yeah, we
I'll
really
because
come
you
appreciate
do.
to I'll
Yeah.
come to the Calabrese next week and I'll just wave and can I get a glass of wine and watch?
I will buy you
know.
a glass of wine.
No, but you're a good friend to Dante. We really appreciate
Well,
it. Thank you.
normally I've said in the past, you're always welcome here. Now Ben and I are going to think this over. We're
Yeah.
not
Can you
sure.
actually? Can you
We
just
didn't think
No,
that we were going to
no.
sell more than
Okay,
200.
listen? Here's what here's my question. Here's what I'm asking.
Hey, he's the boss.
Can you come more than a week before
Yes.
so that we can take credit for the sellout?
Yes, we
That's
will
what
do
I'm
that.
asking. Because if you guys were here last Wednesday
You
instead
would
of this
think that
Wednesday,
yes.
and then you sold out,
Then you-
I would have been like, "Hey, guess what?
Yes,
Yeah.
we sold it
Guess who
out.
helped
Yeah.
sell out the
Yeah, I know.
meatball challenge?" But now we're just, what are we doing here?
But now you can look at that because I know you can always tell how many people are streaming and
Yes.
listening in. You can look and say, well, we pissed off 1,412 people today. Right?
At least I'm sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we promise you we will.
Yes.
We'll get in earlier.
We'll be back for the holiday event early,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you'll be helping us sell that one out.
Okay. Thank you, Dante.
Thank you.
Dante Eitz.
Thank
And
you.
now we're going to go to some of our local people who aren't sold out. And we will be back to talk about a great event. The walk, the Westerly walk, the Providence walk, the Newport walk. I think there's one now in Burrillville. We'll find out. But it is to fundraise so we can get rid of Alzheimer's. We will be back.
Waffle pop, sweet shot, flavor so fine. Golden crisp waffles, fresh every time. Smiles that greet you, service with pride. Come for the treat, stay for the vibe. Waffle pop, sweet shot, flavor so fine. Golden crisp waffles, fresh every time. Smiles that greet you, service with pride. Come for the treat, stay for the vibe.
Make your house a home using quality paints and stains. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with premium products from Benjamin Moore, available only at locally owned stores like ours. Elevate your home interior with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben Paint, or give your exteriors protection from the weather with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. No matter what you choose, we know you'll see the love. Visit us today to get started on your next project. Westerly Paints, 85 Franklin Street in Westerly, or call 401-596-8333 and visit westerlypaints.com.
Moving doesn't have to be stressful. Whether it's across town or just across the hall, no job is too big or too small for Easy Does It Moving and More. Sean and his team put people first, making your move safe, smooth, and stress-free from start to finish. For a move made simple, go with the name that says it all. Easy Does It Moving and More. Call us today at 401-545-6078 or go to easydoesitmoving.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Duns Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Go to the beach. I wanna go to the beach. Cold weather sucks, let's get some relief. I'm telling you it's well within our reach. Take me to the beach today.
Live where others only vacation, just steps away from the surf, sun, and sand of Weekapaug and Mesquamaket Beach. This spacious 3-bedroom, 3-bath home offers 2,800 square feet of coastal charm, perfect for year-round living or your ultimate summer escape. Whether you're hosting friends or soaking up the quiet, this home brings together luxury and location. Call Nancy at Oceanfront Homes today to schedule your private showing.
Game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barbershop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barbershop.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Hi, I'm AJ Trott.
And I'm Jeff Swiderski with Annie Mac Home Mortgage's Momentum Group, your trusted partner in the home buying process.
At Annie Mac, we can strengthen your offer with our innovative program, Cash to Keys, giving you a competitive edge by allowing you to make a cash offer on your new home.
Together, we've helped over 1,000 families move into their dream homes, and we'd love to do the same for you.
Give us a call today at 401-486-0853 to get started.
Wood River Health is my home for health.
Wood River Health is a one-stop shop for primary medical care, dental care, behavioral health, and social services. We care for the members of our community because they are our community. I'm Allison Crow, President and CEO of Wood River Health. Since 1976, our health center has provided high-quality, affordable health care to residents of Rhode Island and southeastern Connecticut. We are your neighborhood health center. Let us be your home for health.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Westerly office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.
I don't have all the dates on it, but we're gonna.
And hello.
Hello, we are on again. Having a great time talking with our next guests. They are, and I've got to find out why. Her name is Margaret Murphy, and she goes by Annie. Why?
So my birth name is Margaret Ann Murphy. And honestly, as a little child, I had a favorite cartoon by the name that was about a goat, and her name was Annie. And I used to pretend I was the goat, and that's how I got my nickname, Annie.
Does everybody know she was Annie?
That's correct, yes.
And also, Dori, you pronounce I've heard it two ways here, Siano and Siano.
No, it's Siano.
It is Siano.
Yes.
Okay. They are representing the Alzheimer's Society.
Association.
Association.
Yeah. And this is all about the walk. We're going to talk about the walk. But I was thinking as I was driving in, I had a revelation, a brain revelation. And being as Alzheimer's is very much, we talk about the brain all the time, I thought this was really interesting. I was thinking, I met Dori last year, I guess it was, the reception she had, or that.
Yeah, it was the kickoff, right. It was the kickoff event at the Thirsty Beaver in Westerly for last year's.
Right. Do not say one word about as I start to say this because you'll blow my entire punchline, okay?
Oh, no.
But I was saying, oh yeah, I knew her mom. And I could not remember your mother's name. Don't say it.
Hey, Rona, you pressed that button in, didn't you? The button on top. Press it in. There we go.
Okay. You mean I haven't been on all this
No,
time?
just
Oh,
for the last
goody.
30 seconds or so.
All righty.
60 seconds.
Well, we were talking about the fact that I knew Dori's mom, who has since passed because of Alzheimer's. Horrible, horrible disease. But I could not remember her name. I could see her. I could see those gorgeous blue eyes that just look right straight through. And you've got her eyes. You definitely do.
I do.
I could see her eyes. I could see her face. It was driving me crazy for a couple of days. I've got to remember her name. They're going to be on the air. I've got to remember her name, and I don't want to sound stupid. I'm driving in today. Oh, no, I woke up this morning about 3:30 in the morning, and the name Hobart is going around in my head. I don't know Hobart. I know there's a Hobart College. I cannot figure out why there's a Hobart. Driving in today, bingo, it all came together. I said, Hobart, Siswick, Cynthia Siswick.
You got it. That's Mama.
And I thought to myself, isn't it interesting how our brains can work?
Absolutely.
Why was I awakened in the middle of the night? I think I met Hobart maybe once, maybe.
Yeah, and nobody calls him that. He goes by Buzz. Most people
See, I didn't
don't call
even
him
know
Hobart.
that.
Yeah.
I just remember Hobart. And why would that happen? The brain is an amazing thing, and it's sad when it is attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your position, Annie, with the Alzheimer's Association is what? I know you're a great cheerleader.
So I'm actually the senior program manager at the Rhode Island chapter of the Alzheimer's Association.
Which is out of Providence.
Which is out of Providence, but we are statewide, and that's really important for you to know that.
And you help people statewide.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. The Alzheimer's Association is not just a statewide organization,
No.
but we are in every state in the United States, and we have chapters that are in every community, and that's really, really important for you to know. And we're here to just support families who are supporting someone with a diagnosis of Alzheimer's, but other dementias as well.
I'm just going to hold this up for a minute to our camera. Can you see that from here, Ben?
Yep.
So that is Dori, and that is her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I am thinking that is your mom when she has been afflicted, correct?
Yes.
Because the eyes have that strange look,
Yes.
like she's in another place.
She was. Yeah, that was definitely towards not the end, but before she went into the facility that she had to be in.
The one thing I have always heard about Alzheimer's, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is that people who are afflicted, it's not painful to them. It's painful to the caregivers, the people who live with them and have to be with them and see them change. But they are, in most cases, in a happy place of memory. Is that correct, or is that misguided?
I think that's kind of a difficult question to answer, because there are individuals who truly know what's actually going on with themselves, that they know that they have, cognitive and memory and personality changes,
Right.
and that they're really struggling with the changes in their cognition.
Are they fighting it? A lot of them are trying to.
I think many people, what they're trying to do is they're trying to combat it, to try to improve their lifestyle, their health, to improve, as many things, especially in the early stages of the disease. They're trying to do what they can so they can live well with the diagnosis. But then as the disease progresses, they begin to, lose their ability to, just take care of themselves.
There is no one path that everyone travels exactly the same way, is there?
That is true. When we say you see one person with the disease, that's that one person.
Right. I think every case is different. Like
Yeah.
with my mom, she knew something was wrong, but she didn't know something was wrong. Like she would come to my house for get-togethers, and friends that I've had for years, she wouldn't be able to remember their names. And then she would feel bad, so she would go home early. So she would kind of stay. She kind of shut herself off from a lot of people because she knew something was wrong, but she couldn't pinpoint it. And you knew what my mother did for a living. My mom was a Reiki master, and she did
Yes.
psychic mediumship and everything, all that kind of stuff. So
And was very good.
And she was amazing. That's how I bought my house. That's how I met my husband. That's how she helped me out a lot. But yeah, and she was like the most positive person you could ever speak with. And then when she started getting sick, she started getting cranky. My sister and I would say, "Mom's miserable. Why?" And I just think because she knew that something was wrong and she couldn't pinpoint it. And she was young. My mom passed away. She was 73 years old.
Yeah, that is.
And that's young because she was in a facility for 17 months before that.
Oh,
But I will say till the day she died, she knew I was there.
that's that is tough. It
Mhm.
really is. I know that in my Rotary group, and you will likely meet him if you don't already know Bob Elmer. You do know Bob.
I know Bob
I know
too. Yeah,
And,
from
and
the Elms, yeah.
if you live here, you know him, of
Yeah.
course. And he has had an entire career
Yes.
in that. And he always talks about the fact that the number one thing, and he's written a book, I read his book, and makes a lot of sense. He said the number one thing people who are afflicted want is to feel safe. That's the number one
Yes.
thing.
Mhm.
And then, of course, he goes on and talks about it, and talks about the fact that it's not the same road for everyone.
Mhm.
It's not, and I think what ends up happening is the individual loses the ability to understand their surroundings.
Right.
And, because of their memory, the memory loss, that they are just constantly looking for people to help them feel safe and help them to feel grounded on what they should be doing. So they're looking for individuals to help them feel safe, to feel loved, to feel honored, to feel like they are still making a difference, in their world.
Right.
And so they begin to depend on other individuals to do that, to make things feel right, and to help orient them to doing things that can help them feel, good about themselves.
And there's been so much, I know, written about music mends minds. I get their website information all the time from California.
We did music night when my mom was still home. One night a week, we'd go over. My parents lived 4 houses up from me, so we would walk up the street with our little boom box, and we would play the oldies. And she would know every stinking song that we played, and even when
the lyrics, right?
And the lyrics.
That's how
absolutely.
Tony Bennett was in his last
absolutely.
days. He could remember every song, but he didn't
Yeah.
recognize his wife.
And then when she was at Scalabrini, when she was in the nursing home, I would bring my little JBL Go speaker, and we would sit there and we would sing those songs, and it was just amazing.
And it must have made her happy.
Oh, it did. She would smile. She would sing because she would sing.
Have the doctors and the scientists ever figured out why music works so well?
Well, there's a little part of the brain called the amygdala, which does not get touched by disease. And that is really the last thing that allows us to be able to respond to music. And, and I love the fact that you said that music can bring a positive emotion, but it also can bring negative response, can bring out negative feelings. So it's really important for us to.
You mean if they're all of a sudden associating it with something terrible that happened?
Yeah,
then
absolutely. So it is important to know, people's likes and dislikes, and how someone might respond. That can be, really important. So, there could be a type of music or a particular song that, triggers a memory that wasn't pleasant.
Right.
And so we don't want to, maybe play that kind of music for them. And that's why it's just so important for us to, know about the essence of the person, their likes and their dislikes and their histories, and the people that were important to them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the walk that's upcoming, and I want to see how bad I was in the last hour, because when I was promoting that you were coming in, I said there are walks all over the state, and I said in addition to Westerly, there's Newport, there's Providence, and didn't you add one up north, like in Burrillville?
So yes, it's at the North Situate Commons, and then we also now have one on Block Island.
Oh,
at
that's
Benson's
right.
Beach, and that
Yep.
actually started 5 years ago.
'Cause
So
Providence was the Temple of Music,
that's
right?
correct, at Roger Williams Park.
Right.
Yep.
And the one in Westerly, and I've done it many, many, many years, it's right at the beach. You can't ask for a better location
Yes.
than Miss
No, it's
Quamica.
great. Yep. And when does that take place, Dory?
That's
October 5th.
Yeah, it's a Sunday this year.
It's a Sunday this year. Yep.
You know, and we're, the Walk to End Alzheimer's is the Alzheimer's Association's signature event. And that the money that we raise, what that does is it allows, the Alzheimer's Association allows for us to, have care and support services in the community, at the grassroots level at no cost for families. The walk also, supports our, international research that we fund with the largest Alzheimer's researcher in the world.
You just said no cost to families, but obviously if they have to go into a facility, any insurance they would have would take over.
What I'm talking about is the programs and services that the Alzheimer's Association offers. So it funds our 24/7 helpline, which is available in over 200 languages. It offers our educational programs that we do in person, virtually, and online, and then our resource database and all the research that we do, our support groups that we offer in the state, which we're very fortunate that we have one that takes place monthly here at the Westerly Library.
Oh, that is great. Because the support groups for the family, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Family and caregivers.
Yes, and we also offer support groups for people with the diagnosis who are in the early stages of the disease as well. We run a young onset couple support group in Warwick, and that's for people who are who've been diagnosed under the age of 65.
So anything under 65 is early onset.
Yeah, it's considered young onset. That's correct. Yeah.
And then there are the fortunate people that manage to escape it and live into their 90s or whatever. And I'm trying to remember, dementia is not Alzheimer's, but Alzheimer's is dementia, or did I say that backwards?
So what,
There are different forms of dementia.
Right, that's correct. So dementia is just an umbrella term. It's just a group of symptoms that affects memory, cognition, personality. And there are many causes of dementia, but Alzheimer's disease is the number one cause of dementia-like symptoms. And each type of dementia has just a set of different symptoms, how the disease expresses itself, and then the pathology that's is causing the disease. But I think what's really, really important for us to know is that there are dementia symptoms that are reversible, and that can be that may be being caused by a medical condition that if we
like sundowning or something when you're in a hospital.
It could be. I'm thinking like diabetes. Or maybe someone has a really severe urinary tract infection.
Yes, I have heard that. Absolutely.
And that's why, we, the association, we talk so much about knowing about what the warning signs are.
Or dehydration can do it
yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Right?
Being over-medicated can cause dementia symptoms. But we need to take these symptoms seriously and know them, so that, if we're noticing things in ourselves or in another individual, that we can have conversations with our family members or our friends that what we're concerned about, so that that individual can talk to their doctor about the symptoms that they're having. And Dory, I want to ask you about this. So When your mom was, it beginning to have symptoms, did she notice the symptoms that she was experiencing?
She did, and then she got angry, and like I took her to her doctor, and they did, the test where they ask you a question, or name 3 things, and then they'll talk about something else, and then name those 3 things, and she couldn't do it. And then what day of the week it was, or whatever. Sorry.
Did they ask her to draw a clock?
No, but they asked
They
her to
do
look
that
at the,
now in
they
medical
asked her to
exams.
look at the clock and see what time it was, and she couldn't do that. Like, to sit there and watch her not be able to do the things that she really should be able to do.
So that had to
crazy
tear both
me.
of you up.
Right. And then she got mad at me because she was like, oh, he treated me like a child, and I'm not a child. And she didn't talk to me for like 3 days. For my mom, that was a lot. We talked like 14 times a day. So yeah, no, it's definitely a hard thing. And it's like the things that you don't notice, you don't think to ask them, because it's your mother. You're not going to ask her, Mom, can you tell me what time it is? You know what I mean? Because you think she can. And then her cooking started to decline. So she stopped cooking. So then her and my dad would go out all the time. And my dad was great with her. Like, he did everything with her. They went for rides. They went, whatever. But then it got dangerous. She was walking out of the house in the middle of the night. She would walk to my house. So then it was okay because she just walked to my house. And then I would get out of bed and walk her home and tell her how she shouldn't be walking in the middle of the street in the middle of the night and how dangerous it was. And then realized I had to walk back home by myself.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, those days were hard. And then it got to a point where it wasn't safe. She wasn't walking to my house anymore. She was walking up the street and in the road and whatever. So it wasn't safe anymore.
That is pretty scary.
Oh, it was very scary.
Getting back to the walk, we have one October 5th here in Westerly at the beautiful beach. And having done it many, many times, it's great because the route is kind of free. I mean, when I say free, you always have signs, but then people veer off. And I was with some people, at least 2 years that I can think of, who said, oh, we don't want to turn there. Let's go down this way. We'll go down to the breachway. And we actually walked farther. But there's nothing like coming back and seeing the waves and seeing what you do. And can you speak to the different color flowers that you can put in your yard or take with you? What they mean, the purple, the orange, because I can't remember what fits.
I know, I
what.
can't remember them either.
So
I didn't mean to put you.
Oh,
on
no,
the
you're
spot.
fine. You're fine.
No.
But that's so impressive.
I know, I love that.
Yeah. So anybody who's listening, we do at each of our walks, we do a flower ceremony. And each of the flowers represents why you're there at the walk. So the purple flower represents that you've lost a loved one to the diagnosis.
Right. So that would be Dori's flower, the purple flower.
Yeah. Blue represents that you are living with the diagnosis. Yellow represents that you're a current caregiver. And orange represents that you are an advocate and that you believe in the cause to end Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah.
But we have a really special flower, which is the white flower.
Mm-hmm.
And the white flower represents that someday that we'll have a person living with the diagnosis, and that we'll have that first individual who's living with Alzheimer's disease.
So that's optimism.
That is
Right.
our optic. Yes, absolutely. And I say this so much because I've been with the association for a long time. I've been with the association for 15 years. And like so many, I lost 2 parents at 32 years old with dementia. My mom had Alzheimer's. My dad had Parkinson's. And I think about every day, why I do the work that I do. And I know Dori has, her story too, and why she's, a champion for the walk and a volunteer for the walk to end Alzheimer's and a walker. And, over 15 years, when I first started the association, we had no way of diagnosing and truly knowing if a person had the diagnosis until after autopsy. But now we have, advanced diagnostic tools. We have PET imaging, and we just recently have a new FDA-approved blood test.
I've read about that.
That is it's part of the diagnostic package.
Will that be automatically given, say, to Medicare patients or to people having a physical over a certain age?
So right now, it is not available in primary care, where it's still being used in the clinical practice arena for diagnostic. We're waiting on to see how it's going to be covered by insurance plans. But it is and the association is very, very involved in writing the protocol of making sure that physicians and are using this new diagnostic tool appropriately and effectively. So, we're still in the infancy of using
I would hope that the insurance companies aren't going to put up an argument, because I know they do, about tests and things. But think of the money that can be saved on the other end. That's what
absolutely
I always think about.
Absolutely.
And if I realize that when you have a blood test, they take a certain amount of blood and it goes to this part and this part to so many different areas. And whether it's a matter of being able to take the blood from just a major blood draw, or it would have to be a separate test. I mean, I'm no scientist or medical person. I would imagine if it has to be something separate, they're going to put a bigger price on it. And then you get into insurance. Yeah. It's too bad.
It's the more research we do, the association is really working on finding new treatment protocols. And we have researchers all over the world who's working on, finding protocols to manage this, manage this diagnosis. So that's what we're working on. And, we are very fortunate that we now have FDA treatments for Alzheimer's disease for people who are in the early stages of the disease.
Does it slow it?
So what it does, actually, that's exactly what it does. It allows the person to live in the early stages of the disease longer, which is amazing.
Right. Because then they can function better.
Yes, and it's not just about, it's functioning, it's allowing them to live longer so that they can, still live with their family, friends, and but also it gives them more time to plan, their care, and to, be able to have a voice in making decisions, and having more of a voice of saying, these are the individuals that I want to support me as this diagnosis progresses, and also, what my wants and, not wants are, as this, and do I want, to stay home? Do I want to have a choice of, if I have to move into an assisted living or more skilled care, this is where I'd like to go. And so we're extremely excited about that.
We are speaking with Annie and with Dori. We're talking very frankly and very positively about Alzheimer's. We're going to be taking a short break now, and when we come back, are we taking a short break?
We're going to take a break in a second. I just wanted to say now that I have been, a lot of people might not know this, I have been fortunate enough to work with the Alzheimer's Association on and off for about 5 years now. And I have done several of the Caregivers Journey conferences, their days at the State House, things like that. But the first ever Caregivers Journey conference that I was a part of was the virtual Caregivers Journey conference in December 2020, when my mom was in the hospital actively dying.
And it was during COVID?
It was during COVID.
And you couldn't go see her?
I could not go see her.
Oh.
And Annie and Donna and everybody at the Alzheimer's Association of Rhode Island were so good to me. And Annie, I never knew that you also lost both of your parents at 32, because I lost both of my parents at 32, and you were a big part of that story to me. And that really hit me hard when you just said that you lost both of your parents at 32. Now, another thing, and Annie knows this, she's the only one in the room that knows this for sure. My mom was diagnosed or assumed earlier in 2020 as having dementia with Lewy bodies, or Lewy body dementia, which is different than Alzheimer's. It's more akin to Parkinson's. And she was having hallucinations and memory issues and all sorts of these things. And when I read up on what that was, when they told us about it at the beginning of 2020, I was so terrified about the, no pun intended, the journey that was going to take. And she ended up in the nursing home. My dad, for a separate reason, ended up in the nursing home, and both of them ended up passing away in 2020 from COVID. And I actually, like, by the time, so I was doing Caregivers Journey Conference when she got put on a ventilator, and like the last time I ever got a chance to speak to her. And by the end of it, I remember saying to Annie on a Zoom afterwards at some point, like, I'm actually, you never are happy that someone goes, and you're never, but never, obviously. But the fact that it was COVID and not 5 to 10 more years of watching the decline, she was very fortunate. They caught it in the early stages. We moved her to a nursing home, and the daily interactions with everyone, so many of the things helped her not have those symptoms for the almost year that she was in the nursing home. And I have always considered myself incredibly lucky. Yes, my parents both died within a couple months of each other, and it was horrible for so many other reasons. And I have PTSD and panic attacks from it all the time now. But I was so happy that she didn't have to go through that we didn't have to go through that. And anytime Annie calls and asks anything, I always am willing to drop everything and help the Alzheimer's Association. We love them. They are amazing. The work that they do. And I love every single year when I talk to you guys about whatever it is that I'm talking to you about, we're always an inch or two closer. We're always an inch or two closer. Yeah. There's always some new breakthroughs. There's always something happening. And that white flower is so important because there is a lot of hope in this. And I've seen it grow over the last 5 years due to the work of this organization, these people, their advocacy, and their help for people that are going through the disease and the caregivers. So I just wanted to take a second
I'm
and
glad
say that
you
before
did,
the break.
because
And can I add to that for one quick second? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
yeah, absolutely.
Just because my mom passed away, it'll be 3 years in September. So I got involved after she passed away. She passed away like the week before the walk 3 years ago. And so I got involved after that. So I've been like 2.5 years. I've been part of this organization, and I put my heart and soul into it because it's for mom. But it's a great organization. You know, it's very positive. It helps people. There's always, like, where the money goes, it goes for what they say it goes for. There's research. There's so many things going on to help Alzheimer's, and the support groups. The support is huge. During COVID, there were no support groups. We went through it during that time too. My mom was around the same time. So it's very heartwarming to know that there's all of that available. And I think it's a wonderful organization and proud to be part of it.
Absolutely. Also, the walk in Westerly is on October 5th, which would have been my parents' anniversary. So, do it for
Well, then
that.
you got to be down there.
I was going
You
to say,
got to be
you're
screaming.
coming to join
that
us,
day.
right?
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
I was very touched by what you just said, Ben, and you can take them on the road with you. Certainly, like you said, it's not, and nobody in this room other than Annie knew what you were going to say. And I was thinking about what you said about your goat and what you said. You're saying, how's this going to tie together? I am at night an NBC News watcher, the 6:30 news, and they like all newscasts today, they've got to tell you all the horrible stuff up front. And there's no good news out there to speak of. And so we heard about all the, the active shooter here and the floods there and the fires here and what's doing in the Middle East. But at the very end, they had the little boy and his goat.
Aww.
Who won. He was 5 years old, and he was subbing for his brother who couldn't be there, and he was at the county fair, and he came in fourth, and he kissed the goat right on the mouth. He was kissing the goat. And when you said the thing about I'm saying, wait a minute, I wonder if she had a goat. At any rate, that's what you just did for us in a way. You said something so sad, but you wound up on a beautiful note. And when we come back from this break, we're going to talk about the walk, because that is all positive.
Absolutely.
So we're going to bring in goats so everybody can kiss goats during the walk.
I love that.
We will be back shortly.
Waffle pop, sweet shot, flavor so fine. Golden crisp waffles, fresh every time. Smiles that greet you, service with pride. Come for the treat, stay for the vibe. Waffle pop, sweet shot, flavor so fine. Golden crisp waffles, fresh every time. Smiles that greet you, service with pride. Come for the treat, stay for the vibe.
Make your house a home using quality paints and stains. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with premium products from Benjamin Moore, available only at locally owned stores like ours. Elevate your home interior with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben Paint, or give your exteriors protection from the weather with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. No matter what you choose, we know you'll see the love. Visit us today to get started on your next project. Westerly Paints, 85 Franklin Street in Westerly, or call 401-596-8333 and visit westerlypaints.com.
Moving doesn't have to be stressful. Whether it's across town or just across the hall, no job is too big or too small for Easy Does It Moving and More. Sean and his team put people first, making your move safe, smooth, and stress-free from start to finish. For a move made simple, go with the name that says it all. Easy Does It Moving and More. Call us today at 401-545-6078 or go to easydoesitmoving.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozwoski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Let's all go to the beach. I wanna go to the beach. Cold weather sucks, let's get some relief. I'm telling you it's well within our reach. Take me to the beach today.
Live where others only vacation, just steps away from the surf, sun, and sand of Weekapaug and Mesquamaket Beach. This spacious 3-bedroom, 3-bath home offers 2,800 square feet of coastal charm, perfect for year-round living or your ultimate summer escape. Whether you're hosting friends or soaking up the quiet, this home brings together luxury and location. Call Nancy at Oceanfront Homes today to schedule your private showing.
Game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Hi, I'm AJ Truck.
And I'm Jeff Swiderski with Annie Mac Home Mortgage's Momentum Group, your trusted partner in the home buying process.
At Annie Mac, we can strengthen your offer with our innovative program, Cash to Keys, giving you a competitive edge by allowing you to make a cash offer on your new home.
Together, we've helped over 1,000 families move into their dream homes, and we'd love to do the same for you.
Give us a call today at 401-486-0853 to get started.
Wood River Health is my home for health.
Wood River Health is a one-stop shop for primary medical care, dental care, behavioral health, and social services. We care for the members of our community because they are our community. I'm Allison Croak, President and CEO of Wood River Health. Since 1976, our health center has provided high-quality, affordable health care to residents of Rhode Island and southeastern Connecticut. We are your neighborhood health center. Let us be your home for health.
Well, speaking of healthy habits for your brains, if you want a healthy habit for your brain, you will stream with us every Wednesday from 3 to 5. And if you miss it, we're on Facebook and YouTube and a whole bunch of other platforms that I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I have people who back me up.
I don't know if that's officially sanctioned by the Alzheimer's Association as something that's healthy for your brain. But
I'm looking at what she brought.
And it says streaming with 321 on Wednesdays.
Yeah, it does. It's number 4.
It's number 4.
5. We'll get to that shortly.
Blueberries
you are
good
back
for you,
with
right?
Man About Town, healthy for your brain or not. We are a production of 321 Media. We're right in the heart of Westerly, Rhode Island, but we are streaming right now all over the world. So they're hearing about the beautiful Cynthia Siswick with those gorgeous blue eyes. If something interesting is happening, it's happening here on Man About Town. And I am with Annie Murphy and I am with Dori Siano, and we are talking Alzheimer's Association and most specifically the Alzheimer's Walk, the 2025 one, which will be taking place October 5th. Usually starts about 9 in the morning. I know there's speeches and there's cheerleaders and there's orange juice and there's bagels and then you go out walking and you have those gorgeous waves, and some days it's very windy and the petals blow off the flowers, and other days it's gorgeous, which I think it was the last 2 if I'm not mistaken.
It rained in the beginning and then it cleared last year.
That's right.
Yeah.
So tell us what, I'm looking at this sheet, the 10 healthy habits for your brain. You said you wanted to talk about hope. Is that part of it?
It is part of hope of it.
Because we have to tell them how they can sign up to be on this walk.
And that's really, what I want. The Walk to End Alzheimer's it funds all the research that the Alzheimer's Association does.
Right.
And, I think it's important for people to know that if they're interested in joining the Walk to End Alzheimer's down here in Westerly on October 5th, they can go to our website at alz.org/RI/walk.
Okay, gotta have you say that again.
Okay, so it's alz.org/RI/walk.
And Ben is putting it up.
It was
so
already on screen.
It's up.
Excellent.
Okay, very, very good.
And they again.
Although if you forget everything and you just write Westerly ALZ Walk, it'll come right
you
up.
can Google that too. Just put
Yeah.
in Westerly Walk to End Alzheimer's.
Yeah, and two, the Alzheimer's Association has an amazing 24/7 helpline, and that number is 1-800-272-3900. And people can call the helpline if they're, wanting to learn more about the walk, where a walk is in their community, because we have walks all over the country. And
also, so if you're going on vacation, you can still be on a walk.
Yes, absolutely.
But also, you said that's a 24-hour line.
Yes, it is.
So how valuable that must be for a caregiver. It's the middle of the night. Somebody's been walking around the house. You had to put them back to bed. There may be a mess. You're at the end of your rope and you think, I'm the only one in the world going through this. You can talk to someone and find out you're not.
Yeah, and we are, those are master level clinicians. And, people call us just because they're concerned about their own memory. They're, dealing with a situation at home that they're just at loss what to do. And, people call just to get support. They just want to talk about what their week has been like.
Yeah.
I spoke to a woman just recently. She's been calling the helpline for 12 years on a certain night every week, just so that she has someone she can talk to, just to talk about her week, talk about how her husband's doing. And that's been her main support. And I thought that was pretty amazing to hear about.
How great that you're
that's
there
awesome.
for her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I
mean, that's therapy. That's definitely therapy.
But, professional caregivers can call the helpline as well. I know a gentleman who works for a Jerry Psych unit here at one of the hospitals, and he uses it sometimes just to, I'm dealing with a situation on the unit and I just need to talk it out. So, our professional caregivers can use the helpline too if, they're dealing with something on a unit, or, if they're home care, they work for a home care agency and they're dealing with something in the home, they can reach out to us and get that kind of support and guidance as well.
Great. That is terrific. Tell us about the 10 healthy habits for your brain. Well, we know what number 4 is, Man About Town.
So the Alzheimer's Association, we are really kind of trying to put an emphasis on the importance of brain health. And that is from the entire continuation of our life. That what we know is that by practicing certain healthy habits on a continual basis, it can actually promote a better brain health, but it also can keep from, our brains declining, from cognitive decline. And so,
I bet, and I can't read it from here other than the title, but I'll bet primary is keep away from isolationism. You've got to get out, you've got to socialize, you've got to be active. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And again, what these habits do is they help lower your risk of developing cognitive decline, which is possibly dementia. So what we're talking about is protecting our brain, making sure that our kids are, wearing their helmets, and we're, if we're in a sport, that we're not getting concussions. Really good sleep habits. Staying in school. We need to be active learners our entire lives. Don't smoke. It's got to stop smoking. Managing our chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease. Controlling our blood pressure numbers. And then really important stuff is exercise and what we put in our bodies is what we eat. When we mentioned the word hope earlier, the Alzheimer's Association actually funded a study here in the United States called the U.S. Pointer Study. And the results of the study just came out at the AAIC, which is the Alzheimer's Association International Conference, which took place in Toronto, Canada in June. And this study, what it did is we basically found out that a combination of healthy habits, including physical exercise, healthy nutrition, social and cognitive engagement, and health monitoring, what it did is we were actually able to show that we were actually able to improve people's cognition by practicing these habits. So what we ended up doing was we actually had two groups. So we had one group that followed a very strict, regimented, guided exercise, diet, and socialization protocol. And then the other group was just self-monitored. And we were able, the results of the study show that both of them were able to improve cognition over, reverse cognitive decline. But the protocol that was more strategic and more implemented, it had an increase in improving cognitive decline. So we're showing that we have this ability. We all have the ability to potentially reverse any kind of cognitive decline.
So that's the positive news.
That's the positive news. And it was so positive that the Alzheimer's Association is actually going to continue funding for another 4 years.
Research
in this particular area. And what we're hoping to do is to take what we've done and put it more into the community now.
That's great.
Yeah. It's exciting.
I mean, I'm sure Dori's sitting here saying, I wish we knew this when my mom got sick. I wish she had, it's like my mother died of cancer years ago, colon cancer. Today, people don't die of colon cancer because we're testing, we're doing things. Right. It's very rare. But isn't it great that eventually we are getting to these points where there is a way of doing it and trying.
And it's something that we all need to be doing, because Alzheimer's disease and some of our other chronic, dementia, it does not, it affects everybody. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. It doesn't matter, who you are.
Even age.
This disease robs us all. And so, this is why we want to get the word out how important it is from the time that we are born, until, we are much older. We need to really practice these habits. This is our lifestyle. This is what we need to be doing. And it's crucial for our overall health.
So they got to get the kids away from the screens. Not entirely, but they got to get them out there playing sports, playing in the street and doing things. And
there's got to be a balance,
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. But you know what?
What do they say? And this is a whole other thing about football, about, I mean, you talked about wearing helmets, but you just had, I'm going to get the information wrong because sadly there've been so many active shooters and murders and stuff in the last couple of weeks. I can't remember, but there was that one guy who killed some people and then himself, but he had a note on him that said, I think the CTE or whatever should be checked because they haven't given us autopsy results yet, but they've talked about that with football. They get concussions constantly. And do we know about our football players more likely to get Alzheimer's?
Yeah, there's a strong link.
There really is.
Multiple concussions. And
so what about the moms and dads out there? The kids come home and say, I want to play pee-wee football. We're going to be given a helmet. We're going to be safe. And I know they take great care of the kids here. Should they be scared, or should they say, hey, go have a good time, but keep that helmet on?
You know, I can't pass judgment and say, you know, what a parent should or shouldn't do. I think it's just important that, you know, we educate our community and families know, you know, there are risks.
So it is education, as you said.
You know, there are risks for, you know,
for everything,
you know, for concussions. You know, so it's just, I mean, I have a son who played baseball for 12 years and he, you know, was hit in the head 4 times and had concussions by a baseball, but he loved the sport. You know, he got so much out of it and he continued to play. So you gotta, you know, you have to, it's about education and awareness and, you know, making the choices that are best for you.
Exactly. And for them.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Right. And for them. We only have about 4 or 5 minutes. So let's go back to the only thing I want to say about the walk, having done it, I think I've done your walk at least 6 times. I've done many different ones for different groups. What I love about yours is it's not a strict thing where there's a guy at the end timing you. It's not this is a 5K and it's 3.2 miles and it's more or less a suggestion. So if you have someone, I know the first time that I walked with my group, there was one of our members is older and she is a very strict or strong asthmatic. And she can't walk very far without, she had to sit down and you know, use her spray and all of that. But that was okay because she had raised some money and she did it. And that was fine. You don't insist, and unless you've changed and you're not keeping strict, you know, where you must go this route and it must be this many. And the guy is at the end with the big timing clock. It's a fun walk.
I will tell you, the first year, like I said, my mom passed away on September 14th. The first year the walk was like not that following Saturday, but the Saturday after. I got to the walk. My mother sends me feathers. So my team is Feathers from Heaven. I didn't have a team that year. I actually joined my sister's team for the Westerly Community Credit Union. I got to the parking lot. I opened my car door and there was a feather. So I sat there and cried the entire walk. I didn't walk one step from my car.
But you got a sign from her.
I went and I signed up to volunteer, and that was my first walk. The second year, I actually formed my own team because it was that important for me, for my why, because we all have our whys, and this is my why.
Yeah.
So I formed a team, and then this is my second year with the team, Feathers from Heaven. So anybody who wants to form a team, do it. It's the best thing in the world. You get friends and family together.
Well, you have fun.
You have some fun. You raise some money for a wonderful cause, for a very important cause. And if you have your why, this is why you form a team. You know, we have a few months left before the walk. I would really love to see more teams signed up. I would love to see more people get involved. It's a great organization, and I can't say enough good things about it.
And a lot of white flowers.
And lots of white flowers, absolutely.
Yeah. That is so true. You know, and you know, we can't do the walk, without our sponsors. And I'd just love to kind of do a shout out.
Please do.
For
we're all about sponsors here. We might get
businesses
ideas, right?
in the area that are sponsoring the Westerly Walk this year. So I really want to do a shout out to Electric Boat, DeSanto Priest and Company, Westerly Community Credit Union, Valenti of Westerly, Washington Trust, Pace Organization of Rhode Island, McKay's Furniture, PPG Wealth Management, and Rinaldi Brothers. These are just amazing organizations that are sponsoring this walk. And I agree with you wholeheartedly.
And most everybody on that list, this isn't the only thing they sponsor. They sponsor so many things.
Right.
These are community partners.
They are.
And they're wonderful.
We just did a bowling event last Sunday, which next year we're going to grow on. So I might need your help with that. And we had Subway donated, Midway Pizza donated, Alley Cats and Cleats. They were absolutely wonderful. We did a purple rain drink that we made money off of. There was a fundraiser drink, and it was just amazing. And Printing Plus also was one of the sponsors too. So again,
Dory, I think the reason it's so easy to get sponsors or get people, I cannot think of anybody in my friend group or people that I see on any kind of basis that hasn't been touched in some way. Which
that's
is
the
why
thing,
you've
whether
got
it's a friend, a family,
everybody
a
knows
member, or
somebody.
whatever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We all have a reason to walk, whether it means,
Yes.
if it means that, we are trying to just prevent, our
And even
our
if
fu-
you can't walk, if you
Right.
show up
Right.
and you help out
Right.
and you hand out juice or apples or
whatever.
whatever, and just, or walk a block. Or
Right.
just stand there and look at the ocean and know that those waves are going to keep coming
Oh, absolutely.
long after we're all
Absolutely.
gone. That's what I do. I
Mhm.
love that.
Me too.
Yeah, it's you do good stuff. You have a good job.
Well, thank
It's
you.
not a sad job. I would think there may be times that it can be depressing, but you can always go kiss a goat like the little boy did.
You know what?
Absolutely.
Again, we are at a time where there's hope.
Yeah.
Right. And
We need that.
we need hope. And
Absolutely. Well, there's always progress,
there's
and
always-
that's,
and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing progress. We're seeing hope. And
Thank you both
strength in
so
numbers.
much for coming. Thank
you for
you for
having us.
walking
Thank you.
for my old friend. And next week, our guest will be the movie guy, Bill Doherty from the Mystic Luxury Cinemas, South County Cinemas, Madison Cinemas, and I can see it. Exit 65 off 95. Can't think of it. The fourth cinema, but the movie guy. He will be here along with the pet lady, Lena O'Leary. Lena O'Leary will be here to give us tips, ideas. She always has comments about this heat, what we should be doing. I saw a guy yesterday out in front of Cumberland Farms. He got out of the car. He walked in, ostensibly, I'm sure, to get his coffee or his lottery tickets or his cigarettes, and left a little dog in the front seat. Now, the window's only open this much, and he's probably thinking, but I only. And Lena always talks about that. I sat there because I thought, if this guy isn't out in a couple of minutes, I'm going to call the police or I'm going to break a window.
Mhm.
But fortunately, he came out, and I was about to say something, and I looked at the size of him and thought, I don't think so. Pet the doggy. So that was it. But yes, and that is so important. We will see all of you next week. And as I say every week, be well, be safe, but don't be afraid to take a risk in life. When you take a risk, you never know. It might just turn out well. Just don't do it while you're driving. See you next week on Man About Town.